Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
Welcome you to the Tuesday edition. I'm Dustin Staples. We greatly appreciate your company as always, as you're making time to do other things, but you decided to stick around to watch your neighborhood network news via on TV or here on social media. We hope you're having a good week. And of course, it's the first week of May, but however, though, it's feeling more like almost winter in March put together because the way the weather pattern has been split up, as we like to call this, the omega pattern. Of course, for those who are familiar with the Greek alphabet, maybe the Greek life, the letters, looks like the omega O, basically meaning, I've got a map I want to kind of showcase and kind of explain to you what that means. It's basically meaning that we've got two areas of low pressure and a high pressure right in the middle of the United States, and it's actually bringing, get this, several inches of snow to Highland County, Greenbrier Resort, well up towards West Virginia, where they're seeing several inches of snow this morning. Some hometowns even woke up to about almost 5, 6, 7 inches of snow towards the western phases of the park, or not the parkway, but the Highland County mountains there along the Appalachian spine. So just letting you know that winter is still here, even though we have well surpassed winter time frame. Summer now is about almost a month and 3 weeks away, so we are already getting close to that time frame where we should be feeling more like summer than we are winter. Hey, our weather pattern is all over the place across the United States, where there was EF3 reported a tornado in Virginia Beach over the weekend. Of course, then there was a lot of we had some earthquakes, I think, towards California once more. So it's been a continuation of all sorts of things going on across the United States and even around the world. So, hey, let's get right to locally and stop talking about internationally, because sometimes the international weather affects your local weather too. Temperatures tonight are going to be staying in the 50s and 60s for us here. We'll see increasing clouds, and then we'll see a mix of clouds and sun by 8 o'clock, coming in at 57 degrees. They will come in at 49 by the later overnight hours as well. So, again, if you're doing anything out and about this evening, do know that it's going to be breezy and it's going to be chilly, because thanks to this northwest breeze that we have in until play for us, temperatures tomorrow morning are going to feel like the upper 30s compared to the 40s. So make sure the kids have a sweatshirt and, possibly maybe even a light winter coat with them as well. Make sure they're not going to leave that on the bus stop. Of course, the kids typically, I've done this before, way back when in grade school, you leave the coats on the bus and you hope and pray that the coat is still there in that same exact spot, or either the bus driver kind of just keeps it with them. So anyway, make sure the kids are bringing their winter coats home, because I know it's been so chilly, then it gets kind of mild in the morning hours as well. Make sure you're also staying bundled up too. Tomorrow, I want to see another windy day ahead of us. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s, feeling more like March, and we are May. Again, our average high right now should be right on 75 degrees. We're not even near that anytime soon. This is about a late March weather pattern that is in full swing for us, as thanks to that omega blocking. We'll talk about that in just a second. But again, mix of clouds and sun. We'll see morning clouds develop to afternoon, partly to mostly sunny skies. It's giving tomorrow a 5 out of 10. Again, not feeling like we should be for May, but it's been more like, again, an early winter time pattern almost, to say, or actually a late season winter than it is an early spring. So that is at play. Now, look at this. We're going to get near average for the weekend almost, because, by the Saturday, but other than that, Sunday, it's going to look pretty nice as well. We'll get the temperatures in the 60s on Saturday. We'll see some scattered showers continuing on through the day. So just do know it's going to be overcast and kind of warm, but not where we should be either for Sunday. Begin cooler than average. We'll see clear skies and kind of a mild overnight. For Saturday, we'll see the rain begin to break up and clean and get out of our area. For Sunday's high, right around 74 degrees, which, by the way, next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, it's Mother's Day. Make sure you put that on your calendar to make sure Mom can get that good gift that she wants and surprise her with too. So again, you've got about almost a week and a half to Mother's Day, just to give you an idea where we are with the calendar of the time frame right now. But again, 74 degrees there, a mix of clouds and sun on your Sunday. Not a bad day to get out there and take advantage of whatever you are doing. I know several colleges will be getting out home and things of that nature. So if you're doing anything college work wise or whatever, just get out there and try to enjoy what we've got going here. Hey, speaking of the weather map, I'll talk about that omega pattern in a second, but cooler below average to the Pacific West. Meanwhile, the entire much the east and west of the Mississippi River Valley are going to see just at or well above temperature wise, to say the least. Again, our friends out towards Florida are always writing above average, but we're going to be right above that average time frame as we get toward, you see this timestamp between May 9th and 15th. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, let's get back to the omega blocking, as we like to call. So it's pretty much kind of an area like this, like the omega Greek letter, a low pressure center area towards the west. We've got a high pressure that's kind of buckled down in the central plain states. And then we got another area of low pressure that's just been spinning up here, bringing several inches of snow toward parts of the Great Lakes, Pennsylvania, also towards West Virginia. And then, of course, here in the Mountain Empire, which you kind of say is blocking where it says above, but that's where if you are familiar with Highland County, Pocahontas County, Greenbrier, Monterey, Monroe counties, West Virginia there, that is where that snow is accumulating. It's been giving an interesting sight to see because the skis have pretty much closed at this point thanks to the influx of that warm winter we saw early on this year. So tell you what, this be an interesting thing to see. Fun fact: this is the last time it snowed like this has been near a century ago. So almost 100 years ago, or nearly 100 years ago, part of West Virginia saw this accumulating snowfall. So interesting stuff here across Virginia and across the United States, all over the place. Though Mother Nature is throwing many curveballs at us as well. So one more recap again: windy conditions continue tonight. Lows will be in the 40s. It's going to feel like the mid-30s tomorrow morning. We'll wake up to a mix of clouds and sun, partly to mostly sunny skies. Later in the afternoon will develop in your Wednesday, with highs staying in the 50s and 60s. You take care. We have a lot more coming your way here on BTW21.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.